ready to roll? Can you hear it? Okay. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Bio Clean Unfiltered podcast. I'm Rhea Tolles, and I'm here with my guest, Lisa Quinto, who owns Lisa Quinto Wellness. So thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And I like to, like I said, research all my clients, but I wanted to introduce Lisa here. Lisa offers horse wisdom retreats and use nature to heal. Also, our souls is what I read on your website, and I love that you use nature to heal our souls. And we're going to talk a lot more about that coming. You're also a motivational speaker, so you like talking to groups. And I did not know you talked to the Hoff Foundation, the Holman Recovery Center. That is huge. Those are huge organizations that you actually speak at, and so. That's amazing. But one thing, I'm going to talk a little bit personal about you because I did get this off your website and you said you didn't mind, but from a learning disability that led her to contemplate suicide at 16, to overcoming homelessness, her daughter's 15-year drug addiction, divorce after a 17-year marriage, a toxic business partner, second husband's COVID brush with death in 2020, which got me because my dad died of COVID in 2020. Mm-hmm. Closing her business she loved after 22 years. Those are some adversities there. Lisa emerged as a wellness expert, life coach, horse wisdom facilitator, which I personally know about, loved my experience, and transformational speaker. Through her platform, Lisa Quinto Wellness, she shares a powerful message of resilience, self-care, love, and faith. Lisa's journey from adversity to audacity reflects her profound belief that with faith, determination, a loving heart, and community, anyone can overcome their challenges and embrace a brighter future. I love this. Thank you for letting me share this to the listeners, because that will give them an insight of who you are personally and why you came about with this business of yours and how you got into it. So thank you for letting me do that. So let's first ask the first question. How did you first get involved in this business with horses, with all wellness, with all of this? Yes.
Boy.
Tell me about you.
It's a long answer. So I grew up loving horses. Mm-hmm. Friends of our family raised Arabians. I was around horses growing up, begged for a horse my entire childhood, and never got one. And then as life's things go on, and after my divorce, I had met a massage client of mine who asked me to go out riding. And this story is actually, I think, on my website as well. Asked me to go out riding, and as we went out riding, I realized how much I missed this. This was such a healing thing to be with horses and to be out in nature. And so we went riding a few times, and I was like, I'm giving myself a horse. And so I started looking. I think I looked at 12 different horses.
Really? What year was this?
This would be 2011.
Okay.
Found this mare. Whose name was at the time Golden Bluffs, a standard bred. No, I'm getting them mixed up. American standard bred 15-year-old mare that had been what's called the brood mare. So she had babies. She had 5 babies. She was a breeding machine. She was 15, and really, she was broke to ride. People rode her. But she didn't trust people. They were really rough on her. And so this facility had 60 horses. She was downsizing. And I found her, and we just had a connection. And so I decided to buy her. Had no place to take her. I was like, it's going to show up. And sure enough, one of the people that I went riding with said, well, you could keep her here at my place. Aww. And I'm like, well, that would be great. So brought her there. And we quickly realized this horse had been really abused. She did not trust people. She'd never had a fly mask on. She'd never had a blanket. She'd never had a bath. She did not know what any of these things were. And so as we integrated into this, these friends of mine are saying, I don't know if this is the right horse for you. She's been abused. She might be too much for you. And I said, I'm not giving up on her. There's something about her I know that's there. And I kept working with her and kept working
Were you
with
going
her.
through some challenges at that time yourself too?
Absolutely. My daughter's 15-year drug addiction. At that point, we would have been about, when I got her in 2011, that was about 2.5 years before my daughter was sentenced to prison. So there was a lot of drug addiction going on at that time.
So was that a connection you felt with the horse at that time because you like needed each other? Is that kind of what? Okay.
Yeah. It was, I had really started to put some boundaries up with my daughter. And as I did that, she of course took a step back. Because my boundaries were at the time, I'm no longer available to give you or loan you money. I'm no longer available to save you in the middle of the night. I'm no longer available to buy you clothes for an interview you're never going to. I am available to talk to you anytime on the phone. I am available to meet you for a meal, but those are my boundaries. And so then, of course, she's continually asking, I know I messed up in the past. I know I did this. I know I did that. But it's different now. And I had to continually say no. And then once she realized that that was going to be a continual no, that's when she stopped communication. And that was right before I purchased this horse. And she helped me continue those boundaries by needing to have us to have boundaries with each other. I needed to know my boundaries for her. She needed to know my boundaries, back and forth. And so it was probably about not quite 2 years later after buying this horse, these same people said, can our grandkids ride your horse? Because she had changed so much. She really started to trust people again. And that was the not giving up. And I learned a lot about myself. I had to step through some difficult things with a 1,200-pound animal that is a flight risk.
So was this how did the training start to get into horse? Was that it? Buying this horse?
This was the beginning
beginning of it.
And so as I was going, it was like my time for myself.
Okay.
I got to go out and ride by myself, with my friends. Mostly in the beginning, it was with my friends. It was about 2014, 15. I had met my second husband at that point. We bought another horse. That's Hershey. That's another story we'll get into another time or later.
Hershey.
And I started riding him more and ponying her and going out by myself. And that's when a lot of the things really started to happen. I'm out on a 3-hour trail ride all by myself, out in nature, and realizing I'm in the moment. I'm no longer in my head, and how good that felt. And so as we went along, it just kept unfolding.
Because you incorporate nature with that too.
Absolutely.
You feel that not just with the horse, with nature, outside, your surroundings, all that kind of is in play with what you're experiencing. Yeah. So with those that's not listening, or the listeners that don't understand what you do, what is horse wellness? I mean,
so it's horse wisdom.
Wisdom, yes.
Horse wisdom is so let me explain it this way, because it's kind of like trying to explain what purple tastes like. Right? It's kind of hard to explain once you have to
experience it. And for those listening, I've done a session with Lisa. Was it last week? Yeah. And it changed my life. Like, it was the best experience. And I went in there thinking, I said this, I want to know what you do for, if you could be a resource for my clients. No, it was for me. It was for me. And I think people need to experience it to know it, because it really was like the most beautiful experience I've had in a long, long time. So yeah. So go ahead. Yeah.
So horses, I'm going to explain a little bit how it works, and then I'll explain how it works with people. Sure. So horses have thousands and thousands of mirror neurons. And a mirror neuron is how I can look at you or anybody else and know how you're feeling based off how you look, how you're presenting right now. A horse knows before you even show up at the gate, and they initially see you where you are emotionally, based off of how you're showing up in the present, right? So you can't fool a horse. You can show up saying everything's great, and on the inside you're dying, and that horse is going, I mean, you experienced that with someone else at that retreat or that experience where her experience was so profound. It's one of the most profound ones I've seen in a long time. And then horses mirror how you're feeling.
Yes, and that's what I was so surprised about. They mirrored so much of what was going on. It was unbelievable.
It's and you can't deny it. There's there's no judgment. This is the part I think that is so fascinating, that when someone feels like they get to be authentic without being judged. There's no judging whatever you've walked through. Whatever is going on, they just show up for you in a way to where you can accept things like, I don't want to use words without giving credit, right? So loving what is, and that's the name of a book that also has changed my life, by Byron Katie. Loving what is, and that's radical responsibility. Radical responsibility for where you are right now, and allowing yourself to no longer be a victim. And to do that takes having someone who can hold space for you very powerfully, and that's what horses do.
That's what horses do. Yeah. I mean, just my minimal experience, I felt that it was so profound, like you said, because they like knew what you're feeling, and the sense of like, I'm here for you was huge. It's like was so huge for me. Yeah.
And watching Beauty, one of the horses that was there, show up for the first time with people, and how Forrest came up and held space for her next to her, saying, I got you. I know this is a lot.
Yeah.
She'd never done that before. Not that they need training to do that, but the sense I got was he was like, it's okay. I'm here for you. I've done this a lot of times. You got this.
Yeah. Is horse wisdom a common thing now for therapy work? I mean, have you seen it more and more?
So I like to really preference exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure.
This isn't therapy,
Okay.
and the horse isn't your therapist.
Okay.
You're
Love
showing
that.
up.
Yes, explain that.
And horses are showing you a version of yourself or who you are right now. Again, without that judgment.
Okay.
So then you can look at yourself from a lens. Like I said this, I think, to someone at that group. They show up for you and show you what God sees. And then I like to say, keep going, you'll catch up. Keep going, you'll catch up.
It's like they're so in smart wisdom. I mean, they see things way before we even see it or feel it. Yeah.
And this is used by therapists. And more therapists are starting to use this because it is a resource that is used in such a profound way. As a matter of fact, one of the women there is a therapist that came to them. She is a counselor therapist, and she sees the value in how that non-judgmental, love for who you really are without any mask, without who you truly are. It allows you to put all the armor down. I think that was one of the things I said to you, right?
The armor thing got me, yeah.
Take off the armor.
Yeah.
And they see your heart.
Because they see you have armor on, too. Like, they're just like, I remember when Beauty sighed, and she's probably like, can you stop now?
Right.
Take
and
it
they
down.
let out a sigh.
Yeah.
In invitation for you to do the same.
Right.
And I've seen that go either way. I've seen the horse sigh, and then the person goes, oh.
Yeah.
And I've seen the person sigh, and the horse go, finally, you're letting go. And the other piece that happens, preferencing to that, is heart coherence. And about how a horse's heart beats about, I want to say it's like 5 to 8 times slower than ours. And as we get close to them, they invite our heart to slow down, which is why it's so much easier to get grounded with them, because you're slowing down.
Yes.
They invite you to deep breathe and just feel your heart.
Is that why you have us touch them?
Yeah.
For that? Like just feeling
That's just an additional like way of connecting because horses are so present. You don't have to touch them, because I want to preference to you that Shannon never touched Hershey. Wouldn't let her.
Yeah, he wouldn't let her. Right.
He wouldn't let her because she was too scattered. And he's feeling what you're feeling and vice versa. And she wasn't open. There was too much resistance to, I need to put a label on this. I can't put a label on this. So because I can't put a label on it, I'm going to label it wrong. And so I'm going to show up this other way with no boundaries, walk right up to this horse, and everyone saw he went, what are you doing? Back up. And then just continued to mirror.
But then he just kept coming back and then coming back. And then when you asked the question, do you have people coming in and out of your life? Like they leave and come back. That really hit her. Because that's so true. It's like,
it was just a mirror.
Yes,
it was just a mirror of how, and so here's the thing with that. That was the one thing we didn't, if we had a little more time, we could have gone deeper into that. It's always like maybe people in your life, but how does she leave and come back as well? Because how you do one thing is how you do anything, right? So she may have been mirrored in that with the person in her life that kept doing that, but then that person showed her how to do the same thing.
Right.
Oh, so how do I leave and come back? And then when I come back, I'm still distracted because there was still a lot of moving his head around and like not able to stand still. I'm looking outside myself for answers. Just that is not the normal way that horse acts either.
So typically, what kind of is it this good for people that have PTSD, anxiety, addiction? What is the most like profound, issue that someone has that this would really help them, and for you, that you think?
I'm going to say that, let me preference it this way. Horses will show up for you with whatever you bring, right? Show up with all of you. And everyone's experience is theirs. So labeling that is difficult, like saying it can be for this and not for that.
Okay.
I've had horses show up for people with deep grief.
Yeah.
Deep grief that I couldn't even imagine. Deep grief. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Complex. PTSD, addiction, recovery, and boundaries. Big one. What I call the four sisters: boundaries, standards, values, and personal power. Those four sisters, they don't hold hands, they all fall. They'll just one after the other pull each other down, and they will pull each other back up. So I like to work with people with bringing their boundaries up first, but for some people it has to be something else first. It needs to be values, it needs to be standards, it needs to be personal power first, and then the rest comes with it. But horses show us that as well. And when I think when the horses were there was a little bit of chasing each other around in the beginning, and that's their boundary. I'm telling you to leave, you didn't listen, now I'm making you. This is, and there's they're not mad, they don't hold a grudge, they're just saying, this is my boundary, you need to respect that. And so they teach boundaries really well, and they also teach self-confidence and leadership incredibly well.
That takes time. That's not just one session.
No.
I mean, it's the first sessions, that's typically different than all the other sessions, right? Or is it
this would be like having you had a taste.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what it would be like if you went every week for 4 weeks?
Ugh. Yeah, I'd be on the ground. Oh my God.
I've had people just say, I like to, let me preference myself instead of sharing someone else's experience, share my own.
Please.
How it's allowed me to step into versions of myself. And I like to call that coming back to who I always knew I was, but I felt like I was too much, not enough. I didn't know enough, all the things, right? And then I go, wait a minute, I'm wanting this to be perfect. And it's so much better when it's messy. It's so much better when it's messy because life is not perfect.
Yeah.
Life is always going to be messy, and life is always going to throw curveballs, right? It's what you do when you have the curveball, right? So I've learned over the years with a lot of the coaching work that I've done on myself that it's not about the curveball, it's what I do with the curveball. How can I catch the curveball and then say I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm not going to go back to those old patterns of whatever that is. Disassociation. Disassociation being a big one for a lot of people. And that being the biggest disassociation I see with people is their phone. I will disassociate on my phone instead of allowing myself to feel.
Yes.
So as you go through a program, like say a 4-week program, you then realize, oh, my superpower is actually feeling my feelings because there's no way out. The only way is through. And when you deny, all of that trauma gets trapped inside you.
Yeah.
And it comes out in ways you don't like.
But Lisa, it was for me, that was really intense. Like this can be pretty intense. I mean, this is so
intense.
powerful.
It's intense and it's powerful. But as you come back and do it again, you have an understanding.
Easier,
yes, it does. Because you have an understanding of what's going to happen now. And so then we work on so this is where you saw what was getting in your way. So this was let's just, if you don't mind me.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would happen if I took off my armor?
Yeah.
Who would I get to be? Who do I get to show up as? And then this horse says, that's who you are. You're just using the armor to not feel your feelings.
Right.
So what if you allowed yourself to feel your feelings and that thing went through you, like 2 minutes went by and you were done?
Yeah.
Because you felt it all. And now, oh my God, I'm feeling joy.
Yeah.
I had one of the women, I'm not going to share her name because I don't have permission for that here.
Absolutely.
But one of the women that came to the one that you were at was at one before and told me that she can't remember the last time she had joy.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
And so, and as women, I feel like we're told that if we're feeling joy, what aren't we doing? So if I'm feeling joy, then I must not be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That generational trauma, if I'm not struggling, then I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That means you're not working. You're not working hard enough.
It's like Thanksgiving every day, right? How can everything be perfect?
Right.
And it all be this way. And then inside you're like going, I guess I'm supposed to feel this way. But I feel like there's something missing.
It's awkward to feel that joy. That's awkward to a lot of women.
Do you know why?
Yeah. No.
Because our brain says, when's this going to end?
When's the ball?
When's the ball going to drop? When's the other shoe going to drop? When's the ball going to drop? And take that away.
Right.
Do you have any evidence of that?
Yeah. I mean, I say that in my head all the time.
But do you have evidence of that happening?
No.
Yeah.
No.
This is where we have confirmation bias, right? When we go, well, if I feel joy.
I do think that though a lot. It's so true.
Oh, absolutely. So as you realize you can feel joy and not feel guilt with feeling the joy.
Right.
What message are you sending out to everyone in your life?
That is so good. Yeah.
So you're giving, when I like to, again, come back to myself, when I'm pouring into myself, when I'm taking care of myself and I'm doing all the things I need and allowing myself to feel everything I need to feel, I'm giving everyone in my life the full, happy, fulfilled, joyous person rather than the resentful, tired, overworked, over-hustling version that everyone's used to.
Right.
So what would happen if the other version showed up?
I don't know. That's so hard to believe, right? Isn't that weird?
But when that version shows
Yeah.
up, the people that aren't for you fade away.
So
They
true.
literally just fade away.
So
And
true.
those people that are for you show up big time.
Yeah.
And you invite the people into your life that are going to show up that way, right? And so because horses, horses are really interesting because there's a herd dynamic, right? There's a dynamic. Who's at the top of the pecking order, who's at the bottom of the totem pole, or whatever you want to call that. And they don't judge each other for where they are. It's just the way it is. So we judge each other and ourselves more harshly than anyone else, right? How harshly do we judge ourselves? Whereas a horse says, it's just the way it is. Hershey doesn't judge himself as being low man on the totem pole. He still shows up for everyone, including everyone in the herd, right? Because everyone's welcome.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you, for you yourself personally, because it can get so powerful and intense, how do you step back and say, okay, I'm going to need a breather on? I mean, what do you do for yourself that is like to recover from what you do? This is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of grounding. I work with my horses myself. And I have people in my life that can hold me and hold space for me to allow myself to also say, because this is the portion where I feel like it's double-edged, right? So
Right.
what you showed up with, that's not mine. But if I take that on, I'm taking it away from you. So I'm just going to show up and hold space and allow the rest to fall.
Can you explain to anyone listening? You always say what is hold space?
So holding space is I'm just here holding a powerful version of who you are
Okay.
without wanting to change who you are right now. So I'm holding space for the version of the person that's here and the version of the person that you truly are. And that's it. So like if someone's grieving, let's say they're grieving a pet. I can say, oh my gosh, that must be so hard. You loved your pet so much. And I'm sure you're going to be okay. And especially if your pet was sick. Like that horse I mentioned, I had to put down 2 years ago.
Oh gosh.
Due to cancer. And so I can have people tell me that and say, she's in a better place. She's all of that and tell me all those things. Or someone can sit with me and say, I'm here. And that's it.
And that's holding space.
I'm just here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change what happened. And I'm not change your journey through that. I'm just here. You're not alone. That's it. We watched Forrest do that for Beauty in your session where he stood there with her and said, I got you.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything but just stand there.
Right. Yeah.
Totally relaxed, head down,
Nothing,
eyes
yeah.
closed, just there. And so when we can do that for each other and say, you're on a journey
Right.
and I'm here for you while you go through that journey and you're going to be okay. But I'm not going to try and change it for you and tell you, how do I want to say this? As women, as women and as mothers, we don't want to see somebody suffer.
Yes.
So when we see someone start to cry or start to go through an emotion, it's either they're there, it's okay.
What can we do for you? Or,
What can we do for you? Do you need a hug? Do you need this?
Yeah.
Let them move through it and just say, I'm here. Have your experience. I'm here. You're safe. Because now I get to move through all of that, and that's what horses do.
I remember when one of the girls was gonna go to her and hug her, and when your friend Jana was like, "Don't hug her. Like, just stay there, right there.
Give her space.
Yeah.
Let her move through that experience.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of times as we're growing up, we hear things, and as human beings, we are meaning-making machines. From the time we are little, this means this. And we get that from the things we hear. Oh, your
that was
emotion,
really powerful to me when you said that. Yeah, we are meaning making machines.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
So as a child, a lot of kids here, especially girls. Oh, if you're going to cry, go to your room. I don't want to watch you cry.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch you cry. Or, oh, come here, it's okay. It's okay, let me hold you and make it all better and all okay. And neither one of those are what you need. What you need is, it's okay to have emotions. Do you want to talk about how you feel, or do you just want to feel it? So like when a kid's having a temper tantrum, let them have a temper tantrum. They have too much emotions. They don't know what to do with emotions. What do I do with all of this? This is life. Let it go. Let it all just
happen.
Be messy. Allow yourself to, it's okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to die. It's okay. You're okay. And then as your child starts to move through that and you go, okay, so if that also included outbursts, hitting, that type of thing where they just don't know what to do, how can we show up differently next time? Instead of saying, that was bad and you shouldn't do that again. It's how can you show up differently next time? How can you allow yourself to use your words? I'm overwhelmed. Okay. What do you need right now to feel safe?
Yeah. Imagine hearing that as a child. I wish I did.
And don't we all?
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah. I can't.
And also realizing I preference this a little bit in the group that you were in. And I talk about this a lot, is generational healing.
Yes.
So as you heal yourself, you're healing 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. And I can't remember if I said this in your group or not, that, yes, I did, because we did the primal scream. Your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-great-grandmother did not have the opportunity to do this for herself. You doing this now is telling her all the things that you move through are stopping. They're stopping now.
That was huge. Yeah.
I'm reclaiming that as a cycle breaker. And so as we break cycles, the cycles coming forward, continue that instead of continue what was before. And we only do what we know.
Right.
When you know better, you do better.
But why would we break a generational cycle now? Why wasn't it done before?
They didn't have the opportunity. They didn't even know that was an option. It was just what we did. It's sort of like, why is alcoholism running your family? We're Irish. Why does this running your family? We're Irish. We're this, we're that, right? Instead of, oh yeah, we could make different choices, huh? Wow. And not use that as the excuse to keep it going. It just runs in our family. That runs in our family. Well, it stops here. It's not going to run our family anymore. That's going to be in the past. And those past generations are going, finally, somebody stopped the cycle. We didn't have the tools to do it before. Maybe we didn't have the strength. Maybe we didn't have the resources. Maybe we didn't have the support.
Yeah.
Right? I think about the world now and we go, oh my gosh, it's so difficult now. There's so many things that are going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I think back to my mom. My mom's 87. And she immigrated to the United States when she was 7 from Norway during World War II. And I think, I'm complaining about what?
Right.
I'm having a serious first world problem right now.
I heard someone say that yesterday. I'm so glad I was born in the 80s. I'm like, and how is that even any better?
Right? So,
yeah.
I mean, we think we have things going on now.
Yeah.
We all had things going on.
We did different things.
The things that are going on now, though, what I feel like is happening now, at least in my world, is there's an awakening where people are starting to wake up and say, wait a minute, we can make a different choice. And you're not getting the kickback from someone saying, women can't do that.
Right. There's a lot of more empowerment right now.
Oh, big time.
Do you
Big
feel
time.
that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And a lot of women letting go of that past
Uh-huh.
trauma of not being able to say anything, not being able to do anything. And now it's more like, I can do it. I will do it. But it's hard. Even that group we had, it's hard for us to admit that we can, you know?
And I think it's hard for us to admit that we can, because if you're trying to do it by yourself,
Right.
it's too much. This is why groups are so huge.
Yes. Yes.
Because we all get to hold each other
Yeah.
and say, it's okay to break down. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to do all of that. And we're here to help you pick up all the pieces. You know, you're not alone.
Yeah.
One of the other things that happened in that group that I felt like was huge was when Shannon kept sharing and she said, I'm taking up too much time.
Oh, she apologized. Like
Right.
she was sorry. I'm taking up too much of
I'm
your
taking
time.
up too much time.
That's what we do. We apologize
Right.
too much. We all do.
And
Men
I
and
think,
women.
think that we...
But women especially.
We discard how impactful that was. Because then my statement after that was, did anybody get anything out of that?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah, that was huge.
Yes.
You drop that fruit, somebody else picks it up and goes, wow, that was amazing. And then she minimized herself again. How can I be small? How can I be small? How can I be small? I don't
I
want
know
to be
I could
seen.
be too much. I know I could be. I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her saying things like that, which really opened my eyes.
Who's
because,
judging you?
You know, you could say all the I'm empowered. I'm a woman, but I do the same things. I do it all the time. I apologize to people I don't know that I'm. And I don't even know why I did that. Like, why I apologize to you for that. You know, I'm sorry I said that. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just always that. I'm sorry. You know?
Typically the apology is, there's a shame somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And it can be generational shame that's passed down generation after generation after generation. And to break that is to look at the shame and say that is an event, not who you are. Yeah. And trauma is not what happened to you. It's what happened inside of you because of the trauma. And when you can look at that and say, I get to let go of the trauma and not let it define who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I can do that, now trauma gets to move through. But for a lot of people, it's how can I disassociate? I'll start drinking. I'll start
It
using
goes back
drugs.
to you saying to stop being the victim anymore. Like
Yep.
that it's hard for us to not be the victim. It's
hard for us to not be the victim when we don't realize there's another way. So being the victim, a lot of times people are in drama triangles that they don't even realize that's where they are. So you have the victim, the villain, and the hero. And you can be in your own drama triangle, just yourself. Victim, villain, hero. Victim, villain, hero. And you show up in those roles for different people in your life, but you're doing the same thing, right? So when there's someone in your life that's a victim, it can sound like and feel like they're so this, they're so that. And the gossip starts to come out because we start judging them because they're in victimhood, right? So how can you step out of victimhood? You first have to claim that you were a victim and then say, no more. And by saying no more, you take radical responsibility for that of like, why did the horse walk away? Because the people that kept leaving and coming back. So that trauma and that victimhood, you get to let go of that victimhood when you say, this is the role I played.
Yeah.
Now I get to let go of that. And then you can take it a step further. And this is what I do with a lot of my one-on-one, and some group as well, is ho'oponopono. I think I'm saying that right.
Okay.
That is a Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. Some people know that, some people don't. It's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And chanting that to yourself over and over and over again. And that is getting yourself out of victimhood as well. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And to do that really powerfully is to look in the mirror naked and say that to yourself for 5 minutes.
And you really have to believe it or try to.
Well, you will, because you're looking at yourself in your eye. And if you look at yourself in your left eye, that's your inner child. And you're saying that to your inner child. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You then integrate that inner child back into your life. You get to then say each day, I'll use myself again. Hey, little Lisa, what are we doing today? I want to do whatever it is that I love doing. Like, I was a tomboy. Let's go find snakes. Let's go catch lizards. Let's go play outside. Let's go do something fun outside. And when I allow myself to be that childlike version of myself, now I'm getting curious. You can't have judgment with curiosity. You're one or the other. So you start getting more curious. This is why kids are so fun. They're curious. What's next? What are we doing next? We get to drop the judgment. You show up completely differently.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
There's going to be misconceptions coming into what you do. I'm sure there are. People will probably meet you and be like, what do you do? You know, horses. What is the biggest one what is the biggest misconception? And just what's the biggest misconception that you hear?
I think one of the misconceptions that I see is there's an immediate thought process of we're riding. No, this is all groundwork. That's all
exactly what I thought we were doing. Yes.
There's no riding. It's
riding.
All groundwork.
Okay.
That is one of the biggest ones. And then it's like, well, I don't understand what we're going to do. I don't understand what's going to happen just standing next to
Do you do that on purpose, though? Do you let them come before you don't explain it? You're just like, come experience it?
There's no way to really explain it. I feel like it runs the risk of putting ideas in people's head of what it's going to be like. And then there's an expectation that needs to be met.
And that's good you don't. Yeah. I mean, it would have taken away from that whole experience.
I tell people to show up being curious with an open heart and an open mind and just see what happens, see what unfolds. See what unfolds. I have had some mind-blowing things happen that no one would have ever expected would happen just with spending time with the horse. I'm sure
you have. Yeah. You've seen a lot of mind-blowing things
with
and talking about animal, using that for wellness and using animals for health, mental health and all that. Do you think that's something that will be used more in mainstream healthcare? You do? Are you seeing that?
Yeah, well, and this is my world, so I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so I'm like, it's everywhere.
I think it should be. Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's not everywhere. I'm like, oh, it's everywhere in my world.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it more and more. I'm seeing people saying, oh, I'm seeing that online. I'm seeing different things show up. I think it's always sort of been there, but people didn't realize. They just like, oh, we're going to go to a dude ranch and we're going to go out and ride a horse and it's going to be, this thing. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And just show up and see what happens.
Right.
And so horses are used. So there's a lot of different animals that you could use for therapy. I think one of the things that horses bring to that ring that's different than any other is that they're a prey animal. So their first instinct is to leave. When something feels dangerous or they're not unsure, they're going to want to leave. A dog will defend itself. A dog will shut down. A horse just wants to walk away. It just wants to leave. And a horse will shut down if you force it, right? Then there's nothing. But horses also bring an element of, because they're so large, they bring an element of, and this may have happened for you as well, of self-confidence that you don't get with a dog. Because they're so large that and they have an eye that sees your soul that's different than a dog.
I mean, what advice would you give someone that's intimidated by that?
I've had lots of people that come out that are intimidated. And we have the whole conversation that we had in the beginning about the dragons, right?
Yeah.
Like,
right. Can you say that? I love that.
Horses immediately do not think that you're afraid of them. Because why would you be afraid of me? I just run away. When there's danger, I run away. So nothing's afraid of me. So they go, well, there must be a dragon. You have a dragon somewhere. Where's your dragon? I'm looking around. Is it really small? Maybe it's big. Maybe it's invisible. Maybe you had an invisible dragon. And as that fear continues to come up, they're like, where's the dragon? Why can't I see the... And you know what? I think I don't like you or your dragon. So I'm going to leave. And you and your dragon can just stay there. And if you were riding and this happened, they'd be like, I don't like you or your dragon. I'm bucking you off because you are. And then someone will say, they could sense my fear. You're right, they could. But they didn't think it was them. They thought it was something they couldn't see and they just want to get away. And so when people are afraid, the biggest thing is, how can you soften? What is the fear actually? Is the fear control? Is the fear that you're going to get hurt? Like, what is the control? Or excuse me, what is the fear? And when you can look at the fear for actually what it is, a lot of times it's, I don't trust myself. I don't trust my own autonomy. So I'm going to be afraid. All you have to do is walk away. No one's making you... Like, you don't have to take the horse home.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
You're just here for a little while.
Yeah.
But that fear comes up as an irrational.
Yeah.
And because it's irrational, the horse even goes, I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. But once someone can step through that fear and say, hey, what would happen if this was a great experience?
Right.
And how can you just show up a little bit different and trust? And then that starts to, and they're going, this was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the fear just melted away when I realized this animal doesn't want to hurt me. Yeah. And people see things online. One of the other women said, well, why do horses kick people?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Why do people punch people? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
right.
Sure, I guess a horse could absolutely kick someone.
Yeah.
That usually would happen because it feels unsafe. It's hurt. It has a pain tolerance that's not being addressed. Horses don't typically do that just because somebody walked by. There's something else happening that you're not getting the whole picture.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
People read things online and think, I don't want to be around a horse. They're going to hurt me.
Right.
Yeah. How
Right.
would you measure success though for yourself? Sorry, I have a couple questions. Okay. How would you measure success for yourself and for your clients? What is that for you that you're feeling like, okay, this was successful. I'm happy
feel
with this
like
result.
the more questions I can ask in the beginning of like, what is your life like now that you'd like to see differently? Like, what in your life is missing? So then I have a roadmap of where you are and what you're trying to call in. And then we can look at that question. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So what's getting in your way? Because it's getting in your way all. It's the armor. Right? It's the thing. And so we look at that and say, what would your life look like without that armor? And we start getting curious. And so the success is being open-minded and being available for something different. And it doesn't have to be hard.
Right.
That's something I've said in almost every single one. What if it was easy? And every single person's like, I don't know what that looks like.
Right. Right.
I'm like, that's generational trauma. It has to be hard.
Right. Yeah.
So success is just having someone go, I am continually looking at something and wanting it to be different, but I'm not looking anywhere else. The definition of insanity. Looking at something and wanting it to be different, wanting it to be different, wanting it to be different. And how can you let go of that, have radical responsibility, really step out of victimhood and look at something else, and you just go, you know what, it's time to walk away from whatever that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a lot, but I love this conversation. I need to have you back. Part 2 is coming.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, you said so many powerful things. I feel like people listening are going to get a lot out from this. I
Yeah.
really do. And I know you hear this a lot. And I'm so grateful for you and meeting you and being able to experience what I experienced with you. So one thing, you have a retreat coming.
I do.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm calling it September 12th, 13th, 14th.
Okay.
It starts on the 12th at 5 p.m.
Okay.
That is just our opening circle for a couple hours, setting our intentions. And then Saturday from 9 to 7 and Sunday from 9 to 4. And those days fly by. Mm-hmm. And it's an immersive into horse wisdom, obviously. Mm-hmm. We also do forest bathing, nature walks, meditation. There'll be a sound bath, breath work, just a lot of things of really like getting deeply connected with a group of people, either you know or you are your future friends. Mm-hmm.
How can people sign up?
Then go right onto my website,
okay,
and either send me a message or there should be a link taking you right to the sales page.
We'll get your website on this when we post it, but can you say it really quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
That is September 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Okay, and your website?
Website is lisaquintowellness.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And everyone should experience this. So
it's
And what's the best way to get a hold of you? You have a Facebook or is it?
I do. I have Facebook is just my name right now, Lisa Quinto.
Sure. And your website though I've been on. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So great. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah. I am so blessed. Thank you so much for coming here. Yeah. I will probably be coming back. You only live a few minutes away from me. Yeah. I'll be knocking on your door. Hey,
right?
It's me, Lisa.
Anytime.
Hey, Forrest. I'm here. Anyway, thank you so much.
You bet.